This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, friends. John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. And this show is brought to you by The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought-after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9+ briskets, and as always, they're hand-picked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years. Every week, they're shipping out competition-quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams that use The Butcher Shop win, and they win often. Even if you're not a competitor, you deserve these finer cuts. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged, Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks, people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock. And again, it's always hand-picked just for you. Let's review. The best competition briskets, they got it. The best pork selection, they got it. Giving you better overall options to cook at home, they do that. So you give the Butcher Shop a call today. 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. Mention the BBQ Central Show. You're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. You can also go check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9+ briskets. And today, let's take a jump back to November of 2015. Check in with Dr. BBQ himself, Ray Lampe.
If you got questions about barbecue or grilling, maybe as a hobby or even a business, looking to get an expert's point of view, why not ask Dr. Barbecue? You can submit your questions by clicking on the Ask Dr. Barbecue tab on the website. The doctor is in. Here's Ray Lampe with his nurse, Greg Rimby. Dr. Barbecue.
That's right, Ray Lampe joining us here on the show, everybody. Ray, what's up? I'm fabulous as always, and from our abbreviated email communique earlier today, you're one busy mother effer, aren't you?
Not anymore. It's been 5 crazy weeks in a row after a crazy summer, but I'm actually at home now for like an extended period of time. Yeah. Although I do have a book to finish by the end of the year, and I'm way behind.
Yeah, so I mean, you're certainly no stranger to the art, I guess, of writing a book. So. Go under the gun is something that you've just become accustomed to now, or do you like to give yourself a little bit more buffer, or are you one of those guys that you like to procrastinate in order to really put yourself under the gun to kind of fight and claw and tooth and nail and all that stuff?
No, I'm definitely not like that. I'd love to have a lot of time, but there's never enough time. You know what I mean? I could be done and take another 6 months just looking for commas and misspelled words and stuff. And there's editors to do that. So at some point, you just got to be done with it and go. And the faster you do it, the more they expect it from you. You know, in the good old days, you'd get like a whole year to write a book. And this one I probably had 8 months, but a lot of it was summer where I just don't have time to work on it. I like to start them now and end in May or June, but it didn't happen this time. But it's all right. I know I don't thrive on it. I'd much rather have a lot of time, but it's business. You got to get it done.
What is this book about? Are you allowed to give any details on it?
Yeah, this is a Big Green Egg book. Finally, I've never written a Big Green Egg book.
Really?
Because I had to deal with one publisher. They had to deal with a different publisher, and we never could quite get it together. And we just hammered at it this time and finally got it worked out. Yeah, it should be out. We're planning next year for Eggtoberfest. Finally, a Dr. Barbecue Big Green Egg book.
How long have you been with Big Green Egg now? I mean, that seems to really be a long time.
Yeah, it was just 12 years in October.
Wow.
They signed me up, actually started hiring me. Well, I'm subcontractor, but it was like the week before the Jack because I had won a contest and they wanted me to go cook on eggs at the Jack, and that was 12 years ago.
Ray Lampe joining us here on the show for the monthly Ask Dr. Barbecue segment. AskDRBBQ.com if you have questions that you'd like Ray to answer, and I can give my input as well if you want. Or you can visit Ray's website, DRBBQ.com, and see what he's up to. So we actually have a bunch of questions that have come in since the last time, Ray, and I think I actually had these last time, and then we got caught up in talking about the American Royal and some other things as well. So if you're up to it, let's get right into the questions.
Sure.
All right.
In a while, it's good.
Yeah, so I got one from Mike in Kansas. It says, Ray, I have an offset cooker, and I have secured a good wood source to fuel the cooker. Do you have a suggestion on how long the wood should be down and dried before it's used in the cooker?
No, man, we just touched on. I've been working for Big Green Egg for 12 years. That's all I cook on. I would say just keep that shit around till it looks like lump charcoal. That'd be my suggestion.
Yeah, so here's... I'm no offset expert, although, Ray, one of us got a Lang cooker sent to his house. And, yeah, I mean, I'm big time, right? So what I've been told, and kind of the rule I live by, is, never trust anybody, right? Because I was sold a bad batch of wood by a guy a number of years ago, and I had to wait like a whole nother summer before it was actually ready to go. And you can tell, once you burn it, you can hear it. It's like hissing, and that's wet wood. It's not really going to be the best burning wood. But if you take two sticks and you click them together and they sound like you're hitting bowling pins, 10 times out of 10, I mean, that's really good dry wood it's going to kind of burn good. So have you heard the old pin knock?
I've heard that before. No. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know that you could tell. I wouldn't think you could tell by looking at it or touching it, or it'd be easy. So I don't know. I mean, but yeah, you would think. I mean, because it's going to get dry. That's the concept.
Right.
Get rid of some of the moisture in it. And there's nothing worse. I mean, I remember when I had an early stick burner, and I got a giant piece of hickory from my neighbor, and my food just tasted like steel. It was like eating aluminum foil. It was just horrible, and it was just green hickory I was burning.
Yeah, wet wood is the worst. All right, so Mike, hopefully that answers your question. Knock some sticks together and look for the bowling pin sound and go from there. And if it's hissing, it's wet, and let it dry out a little bit more. All right, Kevin in Wisconsin. I didn't even think they barbecued in Wisconsin, but nevertheless, Ray, I know you're a Big Green Egg guy. Oh boy, but I'm in the market for a pellet cooker. Do you have a favorite? Or one that you feel comfortable recommending to folks when they ask? And I got to imagine, look, Ray, I mean, you're out traveling the country, you're on television, this and that. So people are going to ask you a wide variety of questions. And I think we can both agree that pellet cookers, especially over the last 5, 6, 7 years, have just proliferated the market at this point. It's not just Traeger. It's Traeger and 10 other people at this point. Do you have a brand that you like or one that people ask you about?
I got to tell you, if I'm going to ask Ray Lampe a question, it's probably going to be about not a pellet cooker or not an offset. I'm just saying, he's a Big Green Egg guy. I'm going to ask him if he'll sign my copy of Flavorizer. It's kind of tore up. I've used it a lot. It's a great book. I've never met Ray Lampe yet. I have not met him yet. Someday, I'm going to meet Ray Lampe and ask him to sign my book. Where the heck am I going here? Find out what Ray had to say about pellet grills over at the BBQCentralShow.com. And until next time, on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I can't wait to talk to you again soon.